What's going on? You're watching Ravens Rundown, and on today's episode, we're going to be doing a Baltimore Ravens mock draft. And I'll tell you what, man, with the NFL draft being just around the corner, I can't wait. And always one of the best teams, the most interesting teams, is definitely the Baltimore Ravens. So before we get into today's mock, I got a little bit of a favor and honestly kind of a challenge for everyone that comes across this video. If you want another mock draft, then I want you to go ahead and like this video. If this is the most liked video on the channel, we're going to be able to go ahead and make sure we get you guys another mock. So if you want another one, go ahead and like the vid. So in the first round, Baltimore has the 27th overall pick, 7 picks in total, and as you can see, also pick number 58. Pick number 104, 131, 2 picks in the 5th round at 171 and 184, and then finishing off with pick 210. So what I decided to do is do a mock draft via PFN's mock draft simulator. I only pick for the Baltimore Ravens, and I also base these picks on a lot of the major team needs here. So what I think the biggest need for this team is wide receiver and edge rusher. Based on the way that this fell, I'm going to go here with round number 1, pick 27, JAELAN PHILLIPS, edge rusher out of Miami. You lost Yannick Ngakoue. You lost Matt Judon, and right now my number 1 edge rusher, it is in fact JAELAN PHILLIPS. If he didn't retire from football in 2019, if he didn't have some concussion issues, he would easily be the number 1 edge in this class. He had a very good pro day and continues to show me that, yes, this would be a very good player in Baltimore. Round 2, pick number 58, I'm going to go wide receiver here, RONDALE Moore from Purdue. I understand that he is a little bit of a smaller receiver at 5'9", 180 pounds, but this guy makes plays. Is wide receiver the biggest need for this team? Yes, I'm sorry for everyone out there that thinks Sammy Watkins is going to be the answer. It's not. But now you have RONDALE Moore, Hollywood Brown, and Sammy Watkins. It does add a lot more talent, especially for one Lamar Jackson. But you can still be able to find solid playmakers, and I really think they could use more all over the football field. Now I'm going to go to the defensive side of the football here in round 3, pick 104. Safety from Syracuse, CISCO. His tape is very up and down, but he knows how to make some plays here. And if I'm CISCO, I'm sitting there and saying, okay, what's a really good organization that can use my skill set? What's a really good organization where I can be that true free safety, ball-hawking safety? I'm not going to throw out the name Ed Reed because he's not that talented, but Cisco's numbers, he likes to go out and get after the football. 6 foot, 209 pounds. That's where I went in round 3. Let's now go to the 4th round here in this Baltimore Ravens mock draft at pick 131. I got ADRIAN, EALY, offensive tackle from Oklahoma. I'll tell you what, man. He is a really good right tackle, and I actually believe that he is a tough SOB at 6'6", 341 pounds. Started 23 games the past 2 seasons. So if Orlando Brown Jr. does want to be traded and is ultimately traded, you could replace one Oklahoma right tackle with another. And I actually think EALY in round 4 is going to turn out to be one of the more steals in this upcoming year's draft. We're going to go to the 5th round here. We're going to go with Penn State edge rusher SHAKA TONEY. I know a lot of y'all are starting to fall in love with Jayson Oweh. He is the better player, but you can't always get Jayson Oweh, especially a little bit later on. So I'm going to go with his teammate TONEY here. 6'3", 231 pounds. Not quite your we'll say Matt Judon type of replacement, but he is a pretty athletic dude who can try to get after the quarterback here. I'm really just trying to add a little bit of depth in round 5. Speaking of round 5, they got 2 picks in the 5th round. Pick 184. I'm going to go CORNELL POWELL, wide receiver from Clemson. It was between him and Say Surratt for me, and I ended up going with Powell over Surratt because if I'm going to go with a smaller receiver in RONDALE Moore, give me a little bit of a bigger option here. Now, Powell, he finished last season very strong, and a receiver who's been buried on the Clemson depth chart, which is no disrespect to him, it's just Clemson pumps out great wide receivers. When I look at his game, it reminds me a lot of a receiver by the name of Donte Moncrief. And if you can find somebody like a Donte Moncrief in the 5th round, I think that's actually a pretty good play. Plus, he's a pretty physical receiver, can also block, which is really what the Baltimore Ravens are going to be looking for. The final pick here in this mock, round 6, pick 210. I'm going to go with Richard LeCount, safety from Georgia. He's going to add extra depth. Also, a potential special teams player. He's an SEC dude, and at the end of the day, if you're looking in round 6, if I can bring in more guys from Georgia like Alabama, Clemson, it's really what I'm going to be able to try to do. I think when the whole draft process started, I had him as a round 3 type of player, but in this mock, he fell down a little bit. He's more of a round 5, round 6 grade for me now. But LeCount, pick 210, yeah, why not? So we're going to go back to school now. I just showed you my entire Baltimore Ravens mock. So what I want you to do now is be honest. Go down in the comments and grade it for me. If you're like, Mitch, that's a great mock, give me an A. B is good. C is average. D is, well, bad. F is failing. If you want to be an overachiever, type A and then type like 95. B, 84. C, 70. Whatever your grade is, let me know. And if you want to tell me why, that'd be great. And hey, if you made it this far in the video, it means we're doing something right around here. So go ahead and like the video.